Raw. Rock and roll or culture rolls in our reality. Say raw like rock or never rolls, although it does repeat. 200 rocket scientists rewrote the raw complete. And with the whole idgham in place, the noon could not compete. Repeat your raw with at-tikrar and so with inhiraf. Wrap your raw with dhalaqa and istifal and staff. With jahrun and tawassatun and fathun we recite. We raise our tongues to upper gums, but touch them we do not. This is a very detailed poem on Ra. You've heard parts of it before. Throughout your lessons, you see, and that's the point of learning this thing, because once you learn it and you start hearing it, I've been saying to you guys all the time, say Ra like what? I've been telling you that for a long time. Say Ra like rock. R never rolls, right? You don't say rrrr. That's in Spanish. But you don't say it in Arabic. Okay? You don't say in Arabic, your R, it does not roll. Okay? It does, when they say this is misspelling here, it should be rolls with R-O-L-L-S, but that's okay. Here it goes, rock and roll or culture rolls. Here the only thing he's trying to do here is try to get you to play with the R sound. Rock and roll. Say it, rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Why did he choose those words? Because that's the proper way of saying R, or the raw sound in Arabic. Rock, roll.
Rock, roll.
Note your tongue didn't touch. Right? You say you had to open your jaw to do it. Say rock, roll.
Rock, roll.
Say it, man.
Rock, roll.
You opened your jaw up.
Rock, roll.
As opposed to those people who improperly pronounce the raw. And they push it too close and the tongue touches the teeth. Ar-Rahman. No, we don't say that. We say Ar-Rahman. Say Ar-Rahman. You see, you had to move your jaw. As opposed to Ar. Say Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. No, it's not like that. I'm exaggerating. But you don't roll it. Okay? Because the tongue does not touch. So it says, in our reality, say raw like rock. So you say raw, rock. Say rock. So that's teaching you here that you don't say ra. You don't say ra unless you're reciting in wash. But the rule is you don't say ra. You don't say what? Ra. You don't say ra like rat. Okay? You say raw like rock.
Raw like rock.
R never rolls, although it does repeat. What does it mean? It doesn't roll. It doesn't go rrr, but it does repeat because we say ar. You hear that? It's repeating. Ar-Rahman. Right? You see that? It's repeating. That's called tikrar. But it doesn't rrr. Okay? 200 rocket scientists rewrote the raw complete. So here he just put in 200 so that you can understand 200 means what? The numeric value for raw is what? 200. Okay? 200 rocket scientists rewrote the raw complete, and with the whole idgham in place, the noon could not compete. Here you have a rule. You've been learning tajweed, so you might have an idea what this is. How many types of idgham is it? Two types of idgham. There's idgham bi gunna wa idgham without gunna, right? You see how your lessons correspond? So idgham with gunna is yanmu. Ya, noon, mim, wow. What's idgham without gunna? Lir, right? Lam and ra. So complete gunna is what we're going to talk without gunna. I mean complete idgham is idgham without gunna. So he says, and with the whole idgham. So what is idgham? Dakhala shay fi shay. With the whole idgham. The other one is only partial idgham. We spoke about cover and concealment, right? Cover is when it's only, you can still see him hiding in the bushes. Right? But cover, that's concealment. Cover is when you're totally behind something. That's whole idgham. The whole word is gone. That's why the noon could not compete. You don't even hear the noon. In that, usually I don't go into tajweed here, but I just wanted to because we were talking about that a little earlier. Okay? So, we'll get to that when you'll learn that as a rule. You'll learn that when we get to tajweed. Okay? Repeat your ra with at-tikrar. Again, repeating that line again, that the room, it does repeat, the ra, it does complete. So it says, repeat your ra with at-tikrar, not by rolling. So you say, Ar-Rahman.
Ar-Rahman.
Okay, there it is. It's repeating. And so with inhiraf. Inhiraf is reclining backwards, right? We spoke about that when we did al, right? So we say ours. You see the tongue? It's flipped back. Say our. Don't the tongue flip back to the makhraj of the lamb? And the makhraj of the lamb is on the upper side of the side, right-hand side of your mouth? Say our. Isn't that inhiraf? Flipping backwards, right? So we know where our mouth and what our mouth is doing because we're being meticulous. It's not that's why I say it's tough to come to the lesson and to stick with the lesson, but it lasts a long time. And you get a lot of benefit out of it. You just have to be consistent. And just imagine if you would have memorized, Miss Aliyah. If you would have memorized, did I say that? No. So, wrap your raw with dhalaqa. Hey, wrapping your raw with dhalaqa means to throw it off the tip of your tongue. Meaning, if you want to make your raw really good, ar. But now bend that to ar. But now it's on the tip of the tongue, but don't let it touch the teeth. And istifal and stuff, and staff, meaning istifal, your tongue has to be flat, you know? Ar. Starts off flat, don't you see it? Then it says, with jahrun and tawassatun, it's loud, and tawassat, it's balanced, it's moderate, okay? It's not touching anything really, right? So it's really balanced, not khafif. And fathun, we recite. We have to do it loud, because if you don't, you can't hear the raw. Okay, you got to open that mouth. Ar. Move that jaw. Ar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. You see that? That's a really hard statement to make. When you say Alhamdulillahi, and then you get here and you get ready to say the ra, it's hard to twist your mouth up and come up ra without touching. So you have to practice that. You understand me? So, with we raise our tongues to upper gums, okay? We raise our tongues to upper gums. Your upper gums up in the top and the front, but touch them, we do not. Say ar. You see our tongue is raising up to our upper gums, but do we touch them? No. Now touch them, say ar. You see when you touch it, what happened? It brrr, right? So we do not touch them. Does that make sense? Say ar. Now touch it, say ar. Don't touch your upper gums with that tongue. It's funny because it's simple now. Now we know, right? Now we know what we're doing. And as they used to say, and knowing is half the battle, let's go on down. Now? This guy. Sheen. Sheen. I used to live in a village called Sheen. Okay? That's in Egypt. Sheen. Sheen is like, yo, what do they say? Scandalous. That's what it means in Arabic. You scandalous. The village was called Scandalous, and it was. They were scandalous, man. They stuck for life. They used to fight in the street. I mean, they didn't have streets, mud and stuff like that. They pelted my daughters. We got there from Mauritania. My daughters had like African outfits as jilbabs and stuff like that. They had the masjid throwing rocks at guys and banging. I mean, it was crazy, man. And one time I went out there with some sticks to fight dudes from fighting in front of the house, you know, just to get them out. And they were like, Abu Dawah, what? You know, Sheen, okay? Tafkanina Sheen, Zainab? Alhamdulillah. This now we're talking about a letter, okay? A letter called Sheen, not the village Sheen, but they were very nice to us. Barakallah fihim. People in Sheen treated us very nice, you know, and they loved Ayub. A shaky sheriff showed his hate and shot 300 sheep. And from this rhyme, with Sheen's in mind, then 300 should keep. Okay, Sheen has hamsun, rikhun, something, even istifal. And then with fathun, tafashi, the sheen pervades the shell. Its makhraj is the middle tongue when raised up to the roof. Then blow some air through teeth and hear some sugar-coated proof. Insha'Allah, the sheen should shear and shift away the noons. Shout out the sheen with ikhfa, showcase rules we all should use. Sheen. Go down. Now we went and got, now Sheen, its poem, like I said, it deals with Sheen in some great detail. It's beautiful as far as if you pay attention to it. These poems are nursery rhymes. They're for children. They're for you. They're for me. It makes it easy, but they are very didactic. These are rules in here. It says, a shaky sheriff showed his hate and shot 300 sheep. And from this rhyme, when sheen's in mind, then 300 should keep. What's the numeric value of sheen?
300.
What?
300.
Are you sure? Right. So that's the point. The point with a rhyme is it's easy to remember.